Right now on News 3 this morning, Saturday, the CEO of the Badgerland Girl Scouts is speaking out following sexual assault allegations filed against a former troop leader. Plus, a federal judge in Texas strikes down the Affordable Care Act, the reason behind his decision and what's next for the millions of Americans who use it. And becoming available. Tickets go on sale in just a couple of hours to see a former First Lady in Wisconsin. What you need to know.
This is News 3 This Morning, Saturday.
And a very good morning to you and welcome to News 3 This Morning, Saturday, 8 in the morning on December 15th. I'm Josh Breiter alongside meteorologist Chris Reese, and finally a good forecast for the weekend.
I know it's been a while since we've actually had nice weather for the weekend. I know I told you earlier, 10 years ago today, I got my first ever snow day as a middle school student, but no snow around this time. No students getting snow days anytime soon around here. We've seen plenty of sunshine. Temperatures have been on the cooler side. There's that sun for you, but the temperature 19 degrees just moments ago. We've now warmed up to 20. Wind still out of the north at 3 miles per hour. Black River Falls still in the single digits at this moment. 30 in Milwaukee, same for Kenosha. There's also just a little bit of patchy fog in southeast Wisconsin, a lot of that southeast of the Madison area. But don't be surprised if you do see some patchy fog this morning. Temperatures will be going from about 21 to 36 degrees through the morning and topping out into the low 40s. For those highs this afternoon, it'll shape up to be an ultimately beautiful day. If you are headed out, here's how traffic looks for you. It's moving along. Very few cars out there. Mostly green on the traffic maps. We are seeing some slowdowns right around Stoughton Road and the Beltline interchange.
A good day to get outside.
It's a great day to get outside. Definitely take advantage of today and tomorrow, too.
All right, Chris, thank you.
My pleasure.
We are following a developing story this morning. A federal judge in Texas says the Affordable Care Act's individual coverage mandate is unconstitutional and that the rest of the law must also fall. The judge sided with the argument put forward by a coalition of Republican governors and attorneys general, including Wisconsin, that Obamacare could no longer stand now that there's no penalty for Americans who don't buy insurance. But with appeals forthcoming, the ruling is not expected to immediately affect the millions of Americans signing up for coverage. Today is the deadline to sign up for health care coverage under the Affordable Care Act. You can do so by visiting healthcare.gov. Governor Scott Walker has signed 3 controversial lame duck bills into law, one of which blocks Governor-elect Tony Evers from withdrawing Wisconsin from that lawsuit challenging the Affordable Care Act. The bills strip powers from the incoming Democratic governor and attorney general and limit early voting in Wisconsin. Democrats and some Republicans encourage the governor to veto the measures to avoid tarnishing his legacy after he leaves office. Governor Walker dismissed those comments and said the bills guaranteed transparency.
These bills don't change that legacy, and these bills don't fundamentally change the power of not just the next governor, but any governor thereafter going forward. They just make sure that we have transparency, accountability, that we always look to protect the taxpayers, and that we have a sense of stability going forward in state government, and that's why I'm pleased to sign all 3 of those into law.
Governor-elect Tony Evers was quick to respond to the bills being signed. He says the people demanded a change on November 6th, and they asked leaders to solve problems, not pick petty political fights. Evers held a news conference shortly after the bills were signed into law.
I know Governor Walker spent a lot of time talking about his legacy over the last couple days, and frankly, he has chosen to make this part of his legacy too. People will remember that he took a stand that was not reflective of this last election.
Governor-elect Evers says he is reviewing his options moving forward. A group run by former Democratic U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder says it is already planning legal action. Tickets are now on sale to see Wisconsin's new governor and lieutenant governor get sworn in. Those tickets to the inauguration gala cost $35. Both Evers and Lieutenant Governor-elect Mandela Barnes will be sworn into office on January 7th. The black tie party will take place later that night at the Monona Terrace. A former Sun Prairie Girl Scout troop leader is awaiting his day in court. This after being arrested in connection with multiple acts of alleged sexual assault on a child. 49-year-old Stephen Faust served as a troop leader for nearly a decade prior to his arrest. Sun Prairie police had been investigating Faust for several weeks over reports of multiple acts of sexual assault. They reportedly took place between 2010 and 2015. The Girl Scouts of Wisconsin require 2 leaders, including 1 female, to be present when interacting with children. Badgerland CEO Marcy Henderson says the community is shaken, but will try to move on.
One of the things that's really important is that girls and the adults in their lives understand that when bad things happen, and they do, that there's a place and a way to heal from that.
Sun Prairie Police say anyone with information on the case should contact them, and you can remain anonymous. We have that information on our homepage, channel3000.com. A new fire station meant to cut down on emergency response times for thousands of Madisonians is almost finished. The alder for the area says Fire Station 14 will be open in less than 2 weeks by the 27th. There is still construction going on around Dairy and Femrite drives this morning. A News 3 investigation found it can take up to 15 minutes for an ambulance or fire truck to respond to parts of the city's southeast side. Construction on the new station started back in February. If you live or own a business around there, this might mean a slightly lower premium on your insurance, so be sure to contact your agent. If you haven't gotten it already, you'll probably get your property tax bill in the mail very soon. This year, values went up by an average of 7% across the city, but some homeowners saw their assessments increase by as much as 14%. While that doesn't necessarily mean your tax bills will go up by that much, it could still mean paying significantly more. Tax payments have to be postmarked on or before December 31st in order to be processed as paid for 2018. Property taxes can also be paid online or over the phone. 5 minutes past 8 right now. The numbers of companies looking to hire at the start of next year is at a 12-year high. That's according to a survey by the firm Manpower Group. It has Wisconsin's hiring outlook slightly higher than the national average, with about 28% of employers looking to add more staff. Wisconsin Public Radio reports there's a lack of workers in the state, meaning some companies are trying to attract out-of-state employees and train their current staff for promotions. This weekend, we're getting a glimpse of plans for a new pedestrian bridge going up in downtown Janesville. It's part of the Arise renovation project, including a $3 million budget for riverfront revitalization projects. The Janesville Gazette reports the bridge over the Rock River would connect the west side Town Market and Festival Street with a pavilion going up on the river's east side. Aside from just walking across the river, plans include sitting benches, a scenic space to host small events, and heritage panels along the bridge walls. This would capture Janesville's history. Construction is set to begin this summer. More than 3,000 UW-Madison students are celebrating the end of exams, lectures, and papers this weekend as they earn their degree. More than 1,000 of them will be at the Kohl Center tomorrow for the winter commencement ceremony. Former MLB Commissioner Bud Selig will deliver the keynote address. He's a Badger alumnus who founded the Milwaukee Brewers and now teaches an advanced level history seminar at the UW called Baseball and Society since World War II. If you're near the UW campus tomorrow morning, traffic may be a bit congested. Tickets go on sale later this morning to see the former First Lady Michelle Obama in Wisconsin. Mrs. Obama added new dates to her book tour this week, including a March 14th stop in Milwaukee. She'll be at the Miller High Life Theater. Ticket prices start at $60 and they go on sale at 10 o'clock this morning. Michelle Obama's new book is a memoir called Becoming, and although it was just released last month, it's already become the best-selling book of 2018. If you're flying Delta this holiday season, this message is for you. Delta Airlines says it will no longer allow any emotional support animals on flights longer than 8 hours. And if your puppy or kitten is younger than 4 months old, they can't come along at all, even if they're listed as an emotional support animal. Delta says it found an 84% increase in incidents involving service animals over the past 2 years, including urinating, biting, and even one dog attack. The policy starts this Tuesday, December 18th. 8:08 this morning. Everything is at stake tomorrow when the Packers head to Soldier Field to face the division-leading Bears. Chicago could win the NFC North if they beat the Packers. Quite a few things have to happen for the remainder of the regular season if the Packers want to make the playoffs. What the Packers can control is they have to win all 3 of their remaining games. The Packers have not won a single game on the road this year. Interim head coach Joe Philbin is focused on playing well at Soldier Field tomorrow.
Right now, this is an awful good football team that we're going in to play. We haven't had the type of success on the road that we need to have as a football team. So really, we're just beginning our, personally myself, just beginning the preparation for Chicago here. That's really all we're focused on right now.
Kickoff is set for noon on Sunday on Fox. We'll, of course, have all of the highlights on News 3 at 10. If you're looking for a unique handmade gift for someone on your holiday gift list, you can check out more than 1,000 pieces of pottery today. The Madison School and Community Recreation Annual Sale goes from 9 to 3. It showcases mugs, dishes, vases, and unique gifts sculpted by their staff, students, and local ceramic artists. You can find more information at mscr.org. It is almost 10 minutes past the hour, and we've got some milder temperatures ahead for us this weekend. Here's a live look outside this morning with a view at the Capitol. That sun is shining bright, just a beautiful start to the day. Chris is in next with the full forecast on News 3 This Morning, Saturday.
Hanging out on the weather patio this morning, it may look and even sound a little bit like spring, but temperatures will tell you a different story of the true time of year. Right now, it is 20 degrees in Madison, still seeing plenty of sunshine though, and I do think we'll see plenty of sunshine going through the day as a whole. Across the state, we actually do have a pretty wide spread in temperature. Some of those sheltered valleys are much colder. 6 degrees is the temperature in Black River Falls, but then you get towards other parts of the state and things are warmer. 34 as you work your way towards Mineral Point, 30s along the lakeshore as well. But ultimately, we're seeing temperatures that are substantially cooler than we were this time yesterday. And part of that, or a lot of that, is due to the fact that we don't have the cloud cover or the fog this morning. So that worked as a blanket yesterday, but Today, a lot of that heat has been able to escape out into the atmosphere, and so we have seen temperatures that are much colder. But with that sunshine today, I do think we're going to see a lot of warming, especially in the afternoon. Expect those temperatures to be into the upper 30s and low 40s. Not as cold tonight. Lows will fall into the mid-20s, and then we'll actually see a little bit of warming overnight tonight. So here we are at 3:30 in the morning. Check out those temperatures in the lower 20s, warming up into the mid and upper 20s under a southwest wind. Then the northwesterly wind takes over as we head into your Sunday afternoon. That's actually a cold front coming through that will shape up for some cooler temperatures as we head into your Sunday. That cold front already starting to come together on the leeward side of the Rockies. You can see some cloud cover there out west. A lot of rain still noted over the Ohio Valley and southeast right now as another storm system slowly moves to our south. High pressure today will keep that sunshine around. Here comes that cold front through tomorrow, only to be replaced by more high pressure as we go into the work week. That's going to mean lots of sunshine will be around for a couple of days. But of course, we will get that cool down on Monday. Temperatures gradually moderate through the middle of the week before another shot of colder temperatures comes in the weekend before Christmas. And here's one of the things we'll have to watch with that. Oftentimes, when you get these shots of colder air coming in, you can get a little system along them that will bring you chances for precipitation. And that could at least mean a chance for some snow towards Christmas, but it still does not look to be a lot as of now. This morning will go from 21 to 36 degrees and then 42 by the time we get you into the afternoon, keeping that sunshine around for a large stretch here leading up into the Christmas holiday. But then there's that chance for snow Sunday and Christmas Eve. Again, it does not look like a lot, but all you need is 1 inch of snow for it to qualify as a white Christmas. So we will watch that very closely for you guys.
I can even hear the birds singing out there with you, Chris.
The birds are singing. It is honestly like a spring morning out here, that's for sure.
I love it. All right, Chris, thank you.
My pleasure.
Time right now is 8:15. With our recent warm-up over the freezing mark, the DNR wants to make sure you're being safe if you're heading out on the ice this weekend. The DNR does not monitor the condition or thickness of the ice on area lakes because it can vary so much. Instead, they want you to take up the responsibility of measuring the ice before you start ice fishing or skating. They recommend at least 4 inches of ice for those activities and 8 to 12 inches of ice before you park your car or small truck on it. It's also recommended you never venture out on the ice by yourself. The DNR says clear ice is generally stronger than ice with snow or bubbles in it. If you're more of a land dweller and looking for some fun outdoor activities to get the kiddos moving this weekend, there's a cool place for them to try out snowshoeing. The Aldo Leopold Nature Center is hosting a candlelit snowshoe hike with hundreds of glowing lights to lead the way. There likely won't be much snow, but the hike's still on with or without it. You can also make s'mores around the campfire and warm up with some hot chocolate. That's happening later today from 4:30 to 8. If you're planning ahead to any family camping trips, you can now sign up for the DNR's new and less expensive campsite reservation system. You can log on to wiparks.net to set up an account. They'll start taking reservations this Monday. If you've already booked your spot for next year, do not worry. Those reservations will still carry over with you, and you'll receive an email confirming your reservation has been transferred to the new system. 17 minutes past 8 right now, an adult superhero film is reinvented into a family-friendly flick, and another new film is getting a lot of Oscar buzz. Plus, there are several shows and movies for you to enjoy this weekend. Will's in next with your 3 things to watch, only on News 3 This Morning, Saturday.
We are still seeing plenty of sunshine this morning. Temperatures are at 20 degrees here in Madison, and a lot of us are seeing those temperatures in the low 20s this morning. Right now, Janesville at 21, same for Watertown. Lone Rock and Boscobel, along with the Dells, a little bit cooler at 16 and 18 right now. Black River Falls still in the single digits this morning. But as we go through the morning, temperatures will make it through the 20s and into the low and mid 30s by lunchtime. Any patchy fog should begin to burn off. By the afternoon, we are certainly much warmer. Temperatures should be in the low to mid 40s for highs with plenty of sunshine today.
All right, Chris, thank you. In entertainment news this morning, another Deadpool movie is in theaters this weekend, and this time it's one you can bring the kids to.
Why the holidays?
Thought it'd be fun.
Why PG-13?
It's a family movie, also money, also Disney.
You heard it from Ryan Reynolds. Once Upon a Deadpool is a holiday release of May's Deadpool 2. This version includes the superhero reading to Fred Savage with less gore and less profanity. It's in theaters through Christmas Eve and is rated PG-13, so you can bring your older kids along. Right now, the Oscar buzz is growing for a new film due out Christmas Day. A-list stars hit the red carpet for the premiere of the movie Vice. Christian Bale took on a physical transformation once again to star as Dick Cheney. Amy Adams co-stars as his wife Lynn Cheney, along with big names like Steve Carell, Tyler Perry, and Sam Rockwell. The film, spanning 50 years of Cheney's life, comes out in theaters Christmas Day. It already tops the list of Golden Globe nominations with 6. You don't have to wait or even leave your house to watch something this weekend. Here's Will Loper with his 3 things to watch.
I saw it. A mythical creature I had only heard existed in legend.
This weekend, stay out of the snow and watch a movie about snow creatures instead with Smallfoot.
Look at your small foot. Oh my gosh, it's a small foot. Come back.
Channing Tatum voices a Yeti who sees a human and must convince his village that they do exist.
Son, it can't be true.
Migo, you will be banished from the village until you are ready to tell us the truth.
I know what I saw, and I'm gonna prove it. Is it too late to have second thoughts?
Yes. Let's do this.
Smallfoot is out everywhere now on home video.
We're gonna be safe here, nice and warm. So warm. Wait a minute, what's... How's that?
Nice and toasty all the way around.
Newly streaming on Netflix is the film Roma. Directed by Alfonso Cuarón and garnering multiple awards nominations, the film tells the story of a live-in housekeeper in Mexico City. Roma is available to stream on Netflix now.
You don't have to be nervous.
I'm not.
They're gonna love you.
I hate her.
Amy. Finally, if it's your first time meeting your significant other's family this holiday season, just know it can't go any worse than it does in the family stone.
Now, don't dilly-dally there, pretty lady. We're all gonna be down here talking about you.
Sarah Jessica Parker stars as the woman meeting her boyfriend's family, played by Diane Keaton, Rachel McAdams, Luke Wilson, and many more famous people, where things don't go so well.
I'm just as good as any of you. Of course you are. Better, probably.
Man, I'm the Everett. When I Everett, come on, hey.
The Family Stone is available to rent or buy everywhere now.
We're not so great. And you're the worst. I'm the worst.
Happy watching. Those are the 3 things you need to watch. And this is Will Loper for News 3 This Morning, Saturday.
Some iconic Hollywood memorabilia is on sale this weekend, but you better be ready to pay up. At the Profiles in History auction house, Marilyn Monroe fans can get this costume gown from the Prince and the Showgirl. But get this, bidding starts at $150,000. The gray suit Sean Connery wore in James Bond, You Can Only Live Twice, is also on the auction block. That starts at $100,000. Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody is the world's most streamed song from the 20th century with more than 1.6 billion streams. More than 40 years after the single was recorded, it got a boost this year from the Freddie Mercury biopic Bohemian Rhapsody. Queen was once told the 6-minute operatic song would never sell. 8:26 right now. There's more real news ahead this morning, including what's next for the millions of Americans on Obamacare after a judge in Texas strikes the law down. Plus, Instagram official. The social media site is the fastest growing, but now it's being used for much more than that, than just picture sharing. Its role in big business when News 3 This Morning Saturday continues. Doing it for the gram. The business marketplace is changing as companies shift their advertising strategies to Instagram. We're taking a look behind this growing trend.
This is News 3 This Morning, Saturday.
Good Saturday morning and welcome back to News 3 This Morning Saturday. It is 8:30 on this December 15th. I'm Josh Breiter. Meteorologist Chris Reese is tracking some sunshine and warmer temperatures for our weekend. But first, here's what's making news this morning. A federal judge in Texas says the Affordable Care Act's individual coverage mandate is unconstitutional and that the rest of the law must also fall. The judge sided with the argument put forward by a coalition of Republican governors and attorneys general, including Wisconsin, that Obamacare could no longer stand now that there's no penalty for Americans who don't buy insurance. But with appeals forthcoming, the ruling is not expected to immediately affect the millions of Americans signing up for coverage. Today is your last day to sign up for coverage by visiting healthcare.gov. A new fire station meant to cut down on emergency response times for thousands of Madisonians is almost finished. Officials say Fire Station 14 will be open in less than 2 weeks. A News 3 investigation found it can take up to 15 minutes for an ambulance or fire truck to respond to parts of the city's southeast side. Construction on the news station started back in February. If you live or own a business around there, this might mean a slightly lower premium on your insurance, so be sure to contact your agent. Tickets go on sale later this morning to see former First Lady Michelle Obama in Wisconsin. Mrs. Obama added new dates to her book tour this week, including a March 14th stop in Milwaukee. She'll be at the Miller High Life Theater. Ticket prices start at $60 and they go on sale to the public at 10 this morning. Michelle Obama's new book is a memoir called Becoming, and although it was just released last month, it's already become the best-selling book of 2018. With less than a month until the state of Wisconsin has a new governor and lieutenant governor, tickets are now on sale to attend the inauguration gala. Those tickets cost $35. Both Evers and Lieutenant Governor-elect Mandela Barnes will be sworn into office on January 7th. The black tie party will take place later that night at the Monona Terrace. 8:32 right now, and Chris, it is just a beautiful start to this weekend out there.
That's right, Josh. Still plenty of sunshine. We've been tracking the clear skies really since yesterday, and we still see those clear skies out there right now. Maybe a few clouds trying to pop up in extreme north central Wisconsin. But for the most part, you will need the shades today. Do not let the sun blind you. 20 degrees is our temperature, so yes, it is just a little bit chilly as you step out, but that sunshine really does help things to feel a lot better out there. There's also no wind chill to worry about, so the actual temperature will be how it feels. 28 in Monroe right now, 34 at Mineral Point, and those warmer temperatures there are a sign of what is to come as we go farther into the afternoon and evening. This morning, though, temperatures from the 20s to the mid and upper 30s. I do suspect we'll top out right around 42 degrees this afternoon. And again, plenty of sunshine to go for today and into tomorrow. So if you're heading out, here's how traffic is shaping up. There are cars, but they're all moving smoothly. There are no major backups or anything to report this morning. We are seeing a few brake lights showing up right around the Stoughton Road interchange and the belt line there. But otherwise, folks, it is a great morning to get out and have no issues to stop you in terms of traffic.
Good news, Chris. Thank you. Americans spend an estimated $445 billion annually on beauty products. It's a number that's expected to rise to $750 billion by 2024. The popularity of internet influencers is forcing modern beauty brands to shift their marketing strategy. Maria Villarreal explains.
You look so cute. Collectively, these women have more than 5 million people around the world following their every move on Instagram.
Are you working on new packaging?
Well, no, we're launching our lipstick.
Now these influencers are adding the title of entrepreneur to their profiles.
The idea that you have several very successful women sitting in one place at one time, like supporting each other, it just doesn't feel like that happens often.
We genuinely are here to help each other and support each other and help our brands grow.
Hey guys, Mariana here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm here with Lauren.
Yay! Hi guys.
We really think collaboration over competition, and we want to help our friends and our fellow influencers and just kind of help lift everybody up.
Influencers like beauty entrepreneurs Mariana Hewitt and Lauren Gores Ireland make money by sharing sponsored posts, collaborating with major brands, or incorporating ads into YouTube videos.
I want to know if any of you guys have actually tried Kerastasi's Lay and Croyab cream. Cezanne can post something and it'll push more sales than an actress or someone on a TV show.
But now these self-made celebrities are launching their own skincare, makeup, and subscription box services and creating competition for bigger, more traditional brands.
You don't have the science background, so then what makes you qualified to launch a beauty brand?
We call ourselves educated consumers, and because we've tested and tried so many things out there, we knew exactly what we liked and what we didn't like in a product. So we worked really closely with the lab and formulated a product from scratch, and we didn't launch it until we were fully happy with it.
Are you finding some good options?
Kat Quinn, Refinery 29's beauty director, says these women offer something many of the big beauty companies don't:
Hi guys, I just signed on to Live.
Direct interaction with customers.
What they are experts in is they're experts as consumers. So they know what their followers like. They're talking to their followers in the comments, being able to kind of tap into this focus group that's like at your fingertips all day long.
And this is by Tasha.
Quinn says these influencers aren't just convincing people to buy products.
One line we love is beauty counter.
They're forcing the industry to shift their strategy.
Smooth it on thoroughly all over the face.
We're the modern day Avon lady. We're the modern day Mary Kate lady. So it's like your friend that would come into your house and then put all the products on the table and hope that you bought something when you left. It's the same, but it's online now. I'll move the hand this way a tiny bit.
Hewitt and Gores already had a trusting, engaged following when they launched their skincare line.
So how do you go from influencing to then creating your own product? Was it because there wasn't something specific in the market that you wanted for yourselves?
We had a relationship with our followers, and they were telling us every day what they wanted. So we took what we wanted to create, and we took what they were asking us for, and then dreamed up the perfect product.
I mean, we have not spent any marketing dollars, and we were able to become a #1 selling skincare brand.
How is that even possible? You didn't spend any money on marketing. It was all social media?
It was all social media. And we are so excited to finally share with you our next product for Summer Fridays. And it's almost more convincing to them to buy from a YouTuber they love than an ad in a magazine.
From Instagram to instant success.
Right before we launch it, we'll bring it to our meeting, and you guys can...
Well, because I think this group is proof it's good to be liked. Mireya Villarreal, Los Angeles.
Instagram has been around since 2010 and is now the fastest growing social media site with 1 billion monthly users. 8:37 is your time right now. Are you still looking for something to do this weekend? We've got some ideas for you and the family. From 2 Christmas classics to one chance for bands to get their big break. We're breaking down what's happening around Madison in your Weekend 608. Keep watching News 3 This Morning Saturday.
Temperatures are still in the 20s across most of south central Wisconsin, though some of us have made it into the low 30s. Monroe now at 30 degrees. Mineral Point still hanging tough at 34 right now. As we go through the afternoon, expect that sunshine to continue with temperatures in the upper 30s and low 40s for afternoon highs.
All right, perfect day to get out and about, and it is the weekend in the 608.
And here's a look at what's going on in and around the Madison area.
This first event is showing all weekend long at the Bartell Theater. Students from the Central Midwest Ballet Academy are performing The Little Matchstick Girl based on the short story by Hans Christian Andersen back in 1845. This is a family-friendly production taking you through the tale of this young girl's Christmas Eve adventure. But just know it has some heavy and sad moments too. You have 2 chances to see it at 2 and 7 o'clock today.
Nothing says Christmas quite like this one. The big traditional production of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol is put on every year at the Overture Center by the Children's Theater of Madison. This year, American Players Theater actor David Daniels steps into the role of Ebenezer Scrooge. You can enjoy the Christmas classic both today and tomorrow at 2:30. There are also shows next weekend as well.
Here's another holiday favorite with a twist. Dance Wisconsin, the regional dance company for dancers 12 years old and older, brings us Nutcracker this weekend at the Memorial Union. Now, this is not to be confused with the much larger production of the Nutcracker performed by the Madison Ballet over at the Overture Hall all this month. Dance Wisconsin's versions involve a cast of more than 80 dancers, musicians, and members of the Monona Grove High School Singers. Shows are both today and tomorrow at 2 p.m. inside Shannon Hall at the Memorial Union.
And here's your chance for something without a holiday theme. Before a cloud and including a panel of judges made up of music industry veterans, a slate of up-and-coming local musicians will compete in the annual Madison Area Music Association Breakthrough Artist Competition at the High Noon Saloon tomorrow night. The grand prize for the winner of the Battle of the Bands is a headlining spot at the Mamas Award Ceremony next June. You can watch someone's big break tomorrow night from 6 to 10.
As always, get this month's Madison magazine for all of the best in the Madison area. Well, finally, some sunny skies and warmer temps in line for the weekend.
I know, it is about time, and it's perfect timing as well. Here's a live look outside as we wake up this morning. I've got your full forecast heading to the weekend before Christmas coming up.
But first, happy birthday to Ivy Lynn, Sawyer, and all of the other kiddos turning 3 today. Thanks so much for celebrating and waking up with us on News 3 This Morning, Saturday.
We've continued to see that sunshine all morning long, and it is still shining radiant across south central Wisconsin. Temperatures, though, still cold, but they will come up as we go through the morning. I think the airport is just being a little bit slower to respond there. So it shows temperatures of 20, but as we look across the area, 25 in Janesville, 36 in Mineral Point, 30 in Monroe right now. So I think we will all begin to see a true warm up coming in. We've just got to give it some time. But ultimately, temperatures are substantially colder than we were at this time yesterday. By the afternoon, I think we'll be just as warm, if not slightly warmer than we were at this time yesterday as well. Temperatures will make it into the upper 30s and low 40s. Overnight tonight, our wind direction will be changing to out of the south, at least briefly. So we'll actually see a temperature jump overnight. So here we are at 2:30 in the morning, 24 degrees, warming up to 28 by 6 a.m. And then those winds change from the southwest and then towards the northwest. That's the cold front coming in, but nonetheless, we will still be very warm as we head into tomorrow afternoon. That cold front already starting to develop on the leeward side of the Rocky Mountains. That's where the clouds are coming together. Still a lot of rain, though, as we work back towards the Ohio Valley. That rain's going to be continuing through the rest of tonight and into parts of tomorrow for them, but staying to our south and east thanks to high pressure and control. Here comes that cold front zipping on through, only to be replaced by another round of high pressure. That means sunshine continues, but that will mean some cooler temperatures than this weekend as we head into the work week coming up. 34 for Monday. Temperatures will moderate just a little bit, but then here's what happens as we get you into Sunday and Christmas Eve. Temperatures come back down to actually below normal with another shot of cooler air moving into the picture. And here's how that ultimately plays out. Yes, here's our milder pattern overall. December 20th, check out the colder air over Canada. That's going to take a dive to the south. With that, it is always possible to get a storm system that develops along with it. Whether or not that's a weak or a strong storm system, it could bring the chance for snow. We do have a chance for snow in our forecast leading up to Christmas Eve. It's just not a big chance right now. 21 to 36 as we go through the morning, 42 for the afternoon. Again, plenty of sunshine, folks, so you certainly will not have to worry about that at all, keeping that sunshine around for the next several days overall. 36 degrees as we go into Thursday and Friday. Sunday and Monday, temperatures in the 20s, and yes, for now, we do have a chance for snow. It does not look like a big chance for snow as of now. We're just keeping it probably flurries at this point and snow showers, but nonetheless, if you can squeeze out an inch or two, I do think it would be cold enough to stick around for 1 inch of snow on the ground at 7 a.m. Christmas morning, which is what you need for a white Christmas. Say hello to Josie. And Baraboo, that thick fur coat going on. Someone certainly getting ready for the Wisconsin winter.
I was going to say, Josie looks like she could use some snow.
Yes, she could, to go roll around.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, we've been asking you to share your morning with us. Gwen posted this on our Facebook page. She says it's another beautiful morning in the woods, and she noticed some buck rub on that left scrub tree right there. A beautiful thing right there. And hey, I wish we had some snow like that here in Madison.
I was going to say, this picture is not from Madison at all.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, Gwen. What does your morning look like? Be sure to take a picture and post it to the Channel 3000 Facebook page or on Twitter or Instagram, and use that hashtag MyNews3Morning. That's how we can pick out our favorites and air them right here on the morning show. A Walworth Families Light Show is doing some good this holiday season, helping transform a church in Elkhorn.
There is no more joy than when you hit play, when you press play, and the show starts and you see the lights and you see how magical and what the lights can do.
JT Worley turns his house into a musically timed light show every year. A car salesman loved it and wanted JT to deck out his dealership with festive lights. Instead of payment, JT asked him to donate the labor costs to his church that's trying to pay off around $25,000 in repairs, including electrical equipment damaged in a lightning strike this summer. The car dealership agreed to pay the entire bill. 8:51 this morning. Tomorrow on News 3 This Morning Sunday, we'll have some last-minute Christmas gift ideas for anyone left on your list. But first on our news this morning, unbottling history. Construction workers thought they were renovating just any 100-year-old home when they came across a bottle of beer with a much deeper meaning. That story when News 3 This Morning Saturday returns in a moment. Welcome back at 8:55, and here's a story we know Wisconsinites will be excited about. Construction workers were remodeling a 100-year-old home when they came across a piece of history.
But not just a piece of history, Josh, rather a bottle of history. Mike Sullivan has the story from Indianapolis.
If homes could talk, what would they say? What would they know?
Every once in a while, it seems like one of them will kind of start to like you.
Maybe open up.
It'll show you a little secret.
This one on Washington Street, speaking to Dylan Ratch.
This house must have really liked us.
He's working a remodel, overhauling the electrical of this 100-year-old home.
We pretty much have to get into about every nook and cranny of the place.
Uncovering forgotten good luck charms.
Yep, shoes on the wall.
Old medicine bottles, 90-proof alcohol, and morphine.
So it'd pretty well knock your socks off, whatever was wrong with you.
However, the real secret lies in a crawl space in the basement.
I didn't think it would be anything near as cool as what it turned out being.
A century-old bottle, its label reading Home Brewing Company. The paper spared from sun and rain.
Yeah, water's death to paper.
As is prohibition to the Home Brewing Company, the Indy staple folding nearly a century ago.
What's neat now is that there's this other brewery more recently that's in the same building.
I've been here about 8 months.
Indiana City Brewing, 5.5.
Just seemed like a really natural progression for the brewery to end up here.
On the wall, you'll find a quote. Once again, it will be a personal liberty.
Again, a citizen's right to drink what you want when you want to.
Home Brewing Company's defiant message to their customers.
Early 1900s, when Prohibition happened, the Home Brewing Company tried to start making near beer to make it through, but unfortunately there just wasn't a demand for it, and then they had to close their doors.
Their bottling location is still intact, brewing building now gone.
This was the tunnel where the beer would be piped over for conditioning and bottling.
Where this one was made.
Maybe it just used me to try to get back home. That's what it was all about.
In Indianapolis, I'm Mike Sullivan, CBS 4 News.
I guess you never know what you're gonna find, right?
I know, that is truly a Wisconsinite story. All we needed was some cheese.
There you go. And you know, I've been dreaming of a white Christmas. I've got the snowflake socks on today.
Nice.
But it's not
I've got
looking too good.
Snowflake tie going on. It doesn't look too good for now, but we'll see what we can squeeze up. Of course, plenty of sunshine. Only chances for flurries going through the week, but we do have at least a chance. I'm telling you, there's a chance. Jim Carrey would be proud. We do have a chance of some snow on the 23rd and 24th, which of course is Christmas Eve. We'll watch it very closely, but all you need is 1 inch of snow on the ground.
There you
That's
go.
7 a.m. Christmas morning.
100% chance we'll be on it in the morning. Have a great day.
Making plans that are weather dependent? Get an accurate 12-hour, even a 10-day forecast. Download the Channel 3000 First Alert Weather app and start planning.